Good morning from the animal kingdom. My lens is very foggy because it is extremely humid. It's about 9:15. Park opened at 8. Early entry was at 7:30. Did not make it in time for those. Off to the safari. It's about a 20-minute wait. Hey, let's check in. So it's about 11:10. Safari was posted 20-minute wait. There were delays. My friend who bailed on the line said she saw a tow truck being called. So a truck probably broke down and then they had to tow it out. So that turned into like a 2-hour adventure. Pretty much my whole morning, and whatever, I wasn't here on time, but sunk cost is so hard for me, and I'm usually like, oh, just stick it out, and then it ends up being 2 hours. Anyway, I got a Dole Whip from Tamu as a snack. I had like a fig bar for fake breakfast, and we're getting proper lunch at Beaches and Cream in a couple hours, so I don't want an actual meal. I'm gonna try to still do Dinosaur and Everest before we have to head out for lunch, given that it's already 11:15. We'll see how that goes. I think it's doable. But I was also hoping to maybe squeeze in Nomad Lounge before we headed out, and I don't think that's doable anymore. So, it never goes exactly as you expect, but we're having a good time still. And even though there's no Magic Kingdom, at least I'm getting my Dole Whip. Okay, I'm getting a brain freeze, so clearly I need to slow down on the Dole Whip a little bit. So let's talk about the safari. The wait was long. The wait was over 80 minutes. I could have bailed. That's a choice I made. So I figured it was just going to get worse as the day went on, and who knows if that's true or not. But anyway, it was good. I will say, as they assign you what row to stand in, know that if your whole party doesn't fit in the bench with another party, you just wait for the next truck. So, there's no reason you need to try to squish yourself in and, practically sit on someone else's lap aggressively, right? Just wait for the next one. It's not a big deal. I did get to see the baby zebra, which was super cute. Giraffes were also out grazing along with other adult zebras. We saw a bunch of rhinos. That's always fun. A big highlight for me, though. No baby rhino. I don't know if there's a baby rhino here right now, though. I saw whatever the tour is where you get to go feed the hippo. So we saw the hippo out, and you could see the people back here, and the hippo's ready for my leaves. That was super cute. The male lion was out, but he was sleeping. I didn't see any female lions. We saw some cheetahs. One was walking around. There were a bunch of ostriches. Yes, I did have to wait a long time, but at least it was a pretty dang good safari. So I hope you enjoy these little clips that I took. Sorry if they're a bit shaky. I don't own a gimbal, and the truck is pretty rough. Trying to check wait times, but they won't load. Okay, the safari is now a 50-minute wait. It's not surprising. I think they probably had a ton of lightning lanes that they have to get through the queue, so everything else is going to back up. Everest is 30 minutes, and Dinosaur is 20 minutes. So I do think it's doable for me to get those two done. I need to hurry up and eat my Dole Whip. It's melting real fast, but also I am getting brain freeze. We rode Everest single rider. I waited, basically I didn't. I walked into the line and then I was assigned. Amazing, we love it. I'm now over in Dinoland. I've just kind of been walking around taking it in, probably the last time I'll ever see it as is, and we're about to go ride Dinosaur. I might ride it again later today, but today is probably the last time also I'll ride that as is because it's getting converted sooner rather than later. So I really like Dinosaur. I know that's not a popular opinion per se, but I think the darkness makes it more fun. Do the animatronics need some love? Probably yes. But I also just think dinosaurs are cool. Who doesn't like dinosaurs? Especially, I think every kid likes dinosaurs at least for one point in their life. So I'm sad to see this change, though I am excited for Tropical Americas. But yeah, let's go ride Dinosaur. very happy to report we were able to save that dino. Yeah, I like the ride. I know not everyone shares that opinion, but I had a good time. I'm glad I got to go on it again. Maybe I'll go on it again later today. While I was in the line for Dinosaur, I did join the walk-up waitlist for Nomad Lounge. It said 25 minutes, so I figured that was fine. By the time I got off the ride, I got the text that it'd be about 15 minutes, so I just started heading over here. And yeah, we're definitely gonna grab a drink. TBD about a snack, because I do have lunch not too long from now, but glad to sneak in Nomad Lounge. And overall, you know, the safari itself was good, but 80 plus minute waits when it was posted at 20 was a bit of a blunder for me. But we did do Safari, Everest, and Dinosaur, and we're going to Nomad Lounge all this morning before lunch. Those were the key things I wanted to do all day. So a successful day already, and we'll see what else we can tack on.
Later.
All right, so we had a very quick drink at Nomad Lounge. It took a while to get seated there, so I couldn't spend as much time there as I wanted, but that's how it goes sometimes. We headed out to the beach club, grabbed lunch at Beaches and Cream with a group of 7 from the Dills Diz meetup. So that was very fun. 6 of us split a kitchen sink, something I've never done before. I don't even think I've seen it ordered before, so that was wild. It is so much whipped cream. Like, I know it's just stick. Honestly, it's too much. I'm also pretty sure we got 4 scoops of strawberry in our kitchen sink. And, you know, not a lot of anything else, but it was definitely a great experience. And I split the prime rib dip sandwich with a friend. I've had it before. It was similarly very good. No complaints. I'm glad I was able to split it with someone, though, just because I don't think I could eat a whole sandwich and contribute to the kitchen sink. So that worked out. And now it's a bit after 4 and I am back at the Animal Kingdom. So wait times other than Pandora are very low. Probably gonna go get on another safari and maybe do one other thing. I was thinking about maybe trying to grab dinner here, but I'm honestly still so full and I don't think that's gonna change in the next 90 minutes or so. So after this, we'll probably head back out to the resort. It's about 6:20 and just got off Flight of Passage. So overall, my Animal Kingdom day was a very long delayed wait for the safari. And we did Everest Single Rider, Dinosaur, quick drink at Nomad Lounge. Then we did take about a 3-hour break in the middle of the day to go do lunch out at Beaches and Cream. So, you know, that was a third of my park time. That's a choice I made. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you know if you do go off a ways away for a midday meal, it is going to take a lot of time. And then I came back, did Safari again, did Everest one more time, and then hopped in the Flight of Passage line. That was a posted 40-minute wait. I waited about 30 minutes, so not too far off. It's definitely a good ride. I'm not taking anything away from that, but for me, like, the screen's still kind of blurry. It kind of messes with my head. So, like, I prefer Soarin'. I understand why people love that ride, but, like, I'm happy to wait 30 minutes for it. I think that was totally fine and appropriate, but, you know, the waits still do get very, very high, and I would not do that. Overall, it seemed like a pretty low crowd stay. I don't think I ever saw Flight of Passage get above maybe 60 or 70 minutes, which for me is surprising. That being said, I don't look at the app a ton if I don't have a trip planned and booked and feel like I need to be planning. So maybe this line is finally normalizing out to be not totally heinous, you know, no more 2 to 3 hour waits, or maybe I just got very lucky coming on this day. I did not end up getting dinner in the Animal Kingdom. Not too sure what I'll end up doing for dinner. I feel like Steakhouse 71 Lounge is probably the go-to move for me. Yeah, we're gonna head out. As you can see, it's still totally daylight, so we're not gonna get any bioluminescence in Pandora, which is a bummer, and definitely a big downside of the land closing so dip-dang early. But it is what it is. I do wish we could see Pandora at night. Hopefully next time, though.
Soon after.
I picked up a to-go order from Steakhouse 71, so let's see what it looks like. I got a kid's steak meal and a side of au gratin potatoes. All right, so here's the kids meal. I opted for green beans and mashed potato side, and then I got a grilled steak medium rare Not too sure how I'm gonna cut this up. They did give us cutlery, but of course it's plastic, and I also have plastic cutlery for the DVC studio, nothing real. And then here's the au gratin. It looks, it's gonna taste really good. It looks like it lost a little bit of its shape, but covered in what presumably is a Mornay sauce. I'm really excited. This kids meal I think was $15 and the au gratin was $7. So, you know, quite a discrepancy in value there. But altogether, because I have a DVC discount, I paid less than $22 for this. I think this is a pretty good dinner. All right, friends, I'm going to eat my dinner and wrap this up. It has been a wonderful day at the Animal Kingdom, lunch at Beaches and Cream. I got to watch Happily Ever After from my balcony, a standard view studio, like that view for $325, or I think right now it's 13 points, is totally worth it. Granted, you're not guaranteed that view in a standard view room. We got very lucky. We did put in a room request for this through Touring Plans and it worked out. Hot tip there. But yeah, what a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you real soon at Pixie Dust PhD.